Hi everybody, I am Mr. Jackson. I'm over at Indio High School and I teach English there. I'm going to give you guys a quick rundown of how we set up the ELA Google Classroom and how you can take the information that's there and move it into your own Google Classroom so that it will be very easy for you in these first 4 weeks. I'm going to share my screen here so that you can see what I'm seeing. We've already got a little bit of a Google Classroom set up here with the secondary ELA distance learning support. This is basically our first day set up for you, all right? So if you click into this, it automatically shows you the stream. I would strongly suggest that you start with classwork, and you can make classwork the main screen that every student sees by changing that here in the settings. So if you want to set classwork as your main screen, I suggest it because it sets up all of the organization for your class. Notice how we've separated this out into 4 main categories. We've got weekly agenda. The weekly agenda is just going to be the general breakdown of what's happening that week. You'll see I'm here in the weekly agenda. We're just going to click into the weekly agenda so you can see an example of it here. All right. This is going to be filled in for all 4 days. There's going to be a 5th day, but that's going to be basically for you to decide what you want to do with your students, if you want to give them some time to catch up, if you want to focus on some other topic areas. So you'd have day 1 slides that would break down everything for that day. Then you'd have day 2 slides, day 3 slides, day 4. So this is a template that we provided for you, but imagine that that's all filled in, right? You're going to go in here and just go File, Make a Copy, all right, of the entire presentation. And you can name this whatever you want. Let's say we want to keep the agenda for August. We're going to change this to A. Jackson. All right. A. Jackson agenda. I've made a copy of it. So now I have it. I've stolen it from the ELA website. That's what we want. We want you to be able to make copies of the stuff that's there. So then I'm going to show you guys an example of how to create the actual Google Classroom. I'm going to go to my classes here. I'm going to click this plus sign. Now there's going to be a couple of different ways to create Google Classrooms that are linked to Synergy, and you'll get more information about that as time goes on. But we're just going to not join a class. Whoops. We're going to create a class. We're going to call this class Mr. Jackson's test class. If you're entirely unfamiliar with how to create Google Classrooms, I would suggest ensuring that you've put in all of the information that you need here. It's an ELA class. Our room is online, so I'm going to call it room 404, classroom not found. All right. That's just a joke for those tech people out there, but I like naming my online classrooms 404 because there is no classroom to find. It's just online. This is taking a little bit of time to load, so we're going to use some magic editing. And boom. It looks like it just automatically popped up. It might take a little bit of time. That's totally fine. You're going to go from here into classwork. You've got this beautiful create button. Create. And since this is a material, this is something they're going to check back on. You might want to say specifically it's a material. That gives you different setups in here. So we're going to say agenda for the week 1. And we're going to add from our Google Drive the thing we just copied. When we make a copy, it's going to pop up right here on our first page. We've got our copy of the agenda slides that you made from the ELA website, all right? So you can steal that thing that you got from ELA website and put it into your own classroom. Now, with this, when I created the material, I'm in this page. I have these choices of if I'm going to give it to all my students. I'm assuming that you do want to give it to all your students, but you'll also notice topic. This is one of the most important things for organizing your classroom. We're going to create a topic and it's going to be weekly agendas. This way, if a student misses a week or if they're looking for where the weekly agendas are specifically, they know where to find them on this classwork tab. That's where it looks different in the stream. If it's just the stream, you don't really notice that it's a special agenda item. But if you click on classwork, it's classified as weekly agenda. You'll see how that looks over here in the classwork tab, weekly agenda. Then we have attendance Zoom. The way that this is going to be basically set up for these first 4 weeks, as we give you more information, it's going to have a daily attendance Zoom every single day. And that will just be suggestions of like how to get students involved, maybe a discussion question, that sort of thing. In my daily attendance Zoom, I've inserted my Zoom link. I can see who has gone into this assignment, and I can use this as a way of doubling up on my attendance, right? If I saw this person in Zoom, or if I thought I saw them in Zoom, but they didn't show up in my turned in here, this is a great way to just double check on those students. All right, we also have the prompt available for the students already, so they go into the Zoom meeting ready to answer that prompt. You want to copy and paste this, all you have to do, copy and paste this text. Go back into the classroom, the test class that we created. Go to classwork, create. And in this case, we're going to make it an assignment. Making an assignment is what gives us the ability to, first of all, grade it or don't grade it. I'm going to give them 1 point for every single Zoom conversation, let's just say. And then I might have a due date, and I might specify that it's today's date during the class period. This is going to really help them organize how the emails show up and the notifications show up. This can help them to have a Google Calendar that shows them when their assignments are due. So make sure that you're using the date and time accurately. In this case, since I'm making this around 1:30, I'm going to put it at 2 o'clock. And the topic, I'm going to create a topic and just have daily Zooms. You can make this whatever you'd like it to be. Now that I've copied and pasted that information, I just paste it here. I can change my Zoom link as necessary to whatever Zoom link I'm looking for, and I can put today's date. Daily Zoom for August 10th, August 11th, sorry, at 2020. There we go. Now we're ready to roll. So those are 2 different ways that you can copy the information that we have here on the ELA website into your own Google Classroom. And the intention of the ELA Google Classroom for the distance learning Google Classroom is to give you a way to take the resources that we have them there and put them into your own Google Classroom. All right. I hope that that was helpful for you guys and that it made some sense. If you have any other questions, don't hesitate to reach out to Kara at kara.contreras at desertsands.us or to myself, alex.jackson at desertsands.us. Thank you guys so much, and there'll be more videos coming.